Right. In this but for the mini hand they go may go like this one. It goes because they have a difference 1 to 60, right? 1 to 60. If this one goes 60 cycle, this only one go one cycle. So let's say this one keep on going. This one cycle keep on saying 60 cycle. This only have one cycle. One cycle, something like this. And later on, our hand goes very very slow. For 24 hours. One clock, even normally one clock have 12 hours in between one cycle. So your cock cock. So takes one day to finish one day, half a day to finish one. So this one will be like very long, very long. You can even finish one cycle. I can even plug it. So these are the idea about easy tell. This one can even convert into waves but from the cycle. So waves basically you think about is a clock. Is your clock. So it's very you can visualize this bit. So if you go second, every 1 second they finish one 60 second is so 60 second they finish one cycle. And but this one is only 1 minute. It's just only one bit, and it need 60 minutes to finish one cycle. So that takes way a lot of time, a lot of second in comparison. All right, just to let you know, these they can this one can be identified to this one and identified to this one. Okay, so now think about this one. How did this one? How does this one work? How do I know how many cycles are there in residue? How do I know the residue? Residue. They don't know how many cycles I've been through, but they know the residues. How do I know the residue? Residue means the unfinished cycles. They don't know how many. What's the degree of unfinished cycle in this bit? Easy. This one you can treat this one like this one. This one. So you don't get use this one. You don't get this one to over here. So this one in principle this is 2 pi. If 2 pi, this is 2 pi. Suppose your radius is 1, so this is 2 pi. Okay. If this is a centimeter, 2 pi, it might be the centimeter or it might be the millimeter. It depends on your radius. It doesn't matter. It depends on your radius. Okay. So a straight line. Right, cut it off. Cut this line off. Cut this line off. Put it over here. I'm just telling the theory. The theory. Cut it off. It become a long line or straight line, right? If you cut it into half and strengthen this bit, it will become a long line. This one. Put this long line over here. This long line is 2 pi. The unit could be mini meters or maybe even smaller, millimeter. So it looks like a big one, but it might be very small. It's a pi, and then the unit over here is a millimeter or something. It might be centimeter, might be something, but basically it's very small because you want is big, any machine, the machine isn't bigger. Okay, so this set this one to 2 pi, right? And 2 pi, then this one is a photo sensor. Photo sensor. They'll sense the photo itself. Okay, so once you have a light come over here, they sense the light immediately, and they know the position of the light being sensed. If it's supposed to sense over here, or the light sense over here, then you can calculate the distance between this one and this one. Suppose the distance between this one is 2. This is 2. This is 2 pi. 2 pi is pretty much 1 pi is 3.14156 something. So this 2 pi is pretty much 6.28 something. The unit is not mentioned here because it can be any unit. It can be millimeter, centimeter, whatever. So unit is not mentioned here. But this is 2. So from this one we can tell straight away. So 2. This is 2 pi. So 2 is pretty much over 6.1. So 2 is pretty much over here. So this clock suppose is normally in degrees counter clock. So this is not a good example for hour. Hour goes is clockwise, right? But in this when I using the angle to tell the angle what's the angle, it means that is counterclockwise. So think about the clock the hour being every millisecond I being working the other way counterclockwise. So that can match this one. Otherwise, this is not a perfect example used in the clock to say this kind of thing. But it's quite easy to visualize the thing. So you can think about this: the second hand and the mini hand, they all go this way. There is no harm. Your clock, I can design a clock. They go this way, no problem. It doesn't necessarily all the hands should supposed to go this way. They can go that way. Okay. Suppose I design to go that way, they can keep bye. Okay, let's come back. So this is your wave clock, this wave clock. So 2, it means they're turning over here. Over here. Here. So I know this the distance here is 2. This is distance, the length of this bit is 2. How do I know? From this one. This is 0 up to 2 pi. Because this bit is identical to this one. Is circumference, the parameter of this cycle, this circle. Okay, so this is 2 pi. So now when the photo reach this plate, the sensor, this plate reach, I know I can recall the point he reached. So this is 2. This 2. From this information, I know straight away of this. This angle corresponding to the unfinished bit, corresponding to the unfinished bit of this one. Because if we finish the whole one, that will be one wavelength. That will be lambda. So lambda is equivalent to 2 pi. 2 pi. If you finish one cycle, that will means you finish one wavelength. You finish one wavelength, right? From this point to one wavelength is lambda, and in the unit of the clock, unit of the clock, like this one, you'll be 2 pi. So you go like this one. 2 pi means you go this one. That's one cycle. One cycle corresponding to this one. Is second cycle. Keep on going. Okay. So that's the reason I claim they only know this bit. So in my the angle easy. The whole distance is 2 pi. Now my clock, my hand doesn't go the whole distance. My clock from here and stop here. So the distance 2. 2 pi is 2 pi is in total is lambda. 2 pi is lambda, right? 2 pi is lambda, one wavelength. Now I don't run 2 pi. I only run how much? 2, not 2 pi, maybe 3, maybe 4. Doesn't matter. So in total, I only run is 2. Now we are asking what? So this wavelength is unfinished. Is x. We are going to find out x. Is unfinished. If it's a finish, is a lambda. Is a one wavelength. One lambda is a lambda, but it's unfinished because I only reach 2. I only from here I only reach 1 is a 2. So when I will calculate what's the degree, how much degree we've been traveling. So you can get it's not 2 pi. 2 pi now again is a radian. It means is a degree. Is 60. So how much you get? You get x is this is 2 pi 2 over 2 pi times lambda. Okay, 2 and 2 you can the common factor, we can get rid of that. So it's a lambda over pi. So x, this is this length, this angle is in radian. This angle is lambda over pi. This angle is lambda over pi. All right, so just let you know how to do all this calculation. Okay, all this calculation. So now let's go back. This is interesting. Some of them come from my examination. Some I already prove. Let's really go like this way. Because there is no way you can get all this kind of information how it works. So I try to figure out from, of course, from internet. I try to get some, and I figure out pretty much that's the whole story. Pretty much the whole story. But you cannot exactly this kind of information on internet because you cannot find something called plate or sensor. But we know there's a sensor there. But how it works, the only way I can think of is got to be working like this way. There is no other way they can figure out. So that's my explanation. If suppose that doesn't work this way, I can make it work like this way. I can design one plate like this one. I work like this way as well. But I guess pretty much that will be the way they work. Okay, let's continue. So this one, n lambda is the complete. The whole your complete one cycle. 2 cycle complete 2 lambda. In this case, every case different. Okay, and this is a residue. This is a residue. You haven't finished residue. And machine can read this bit. Machine cannot read this bit. We will teach you how to read this bit. But machine can read this bit, not this bit. Okay. So residue, machine can get residue here. How? Through this plate, 2 pi over here. So in total it's 2 pi. You country to 2. So it country to this 5. So this here, this is this 5 basically means 2 is the 5. In this case, 2 is your 5. Lambda is here. So 2 is here. This is your 5. 5 over 2 pi times lambda. This is your x. In residue, 2. So this basically just tells you know how many cycles they've been turning around. So they've been turning around 2 cycle plus 1 unfinished cycle. So that's the whole total cycle. And in the end, you have some k for a moment. We don't think about k. K is just some correction. We don't think depends on your machine, different kind of machine. You do some correction. For a moment, let's not to think about k because it's machine specific. So we don't have a in particular machine in hand. So we don't think about k for a moment. But the theory itself lies here. The theory is so now you can get a d. D your distance AB. The distance we try to measure AB. This is your d. Now you can measure your distance. So divide by 2. Both sides divide by 2. Okay. That's pretty much the whole idea. All right. And now comes to second problem. How do I measure this one? How many this one? How many this one? One, there is no way to measure this one. Is based on one principle is you only have this plate. You have timer. What do I mean? You don't know the travel time of this one, so you don't keep track of the time. You mean because it's very precise. It's very precise. You want to when the time light is a bit Olympic. You want to record the finishing line. It's only within 0.001 second or something. So it's very precise. So you need a lot of you need some equipment to be very precise. Otherwise, so this one, the timer must be precise because it goes very fast and bounce back very fast maybe within 1 second. Maybe not one, even less than 1 second. So it might be 0.0000 something. So this one, this machine, if you have a timer, it must be very, very precise. So suppose, so there are two approaches. One is you already have timer in this machine, but you can expect it will be much more expensive because they can record how long it takes. How long it takes from emit this light and of course and then it bounce back. How long will that take? Based on this more information, if you have a timer installed, based on this more information, of course, you know how many cycles. You can infer how many cycles being through. Okay, so I was emphasizing you don't know, and based on you don't have a timer equipped in this machine. If you have a timer equipped in this machine, then there is no problem. You can get N straight away. So now I'm talking about different type of machine. This one, of course, is very expensive. You got a very high precise calibration for this kind of because the light going emit and then bounce back within 0.0 something second. It's very, very short. This the distance. Even remember 1 second how many round of the Earth they can go through. I can't remember by every 1 second. So you are now some distance, even 100 kilometers. It still bounce back within 0. Sometimes seconds. So it's very, this machine got to be very precise. Otherwise, you get a mistake. So now we are talking two approach. One I think is the name is called if I remember correctly, I think it's called time approach. What you call time approach. Anyway, regard to the time, you can from the emission to the receiving. So how long will that take? And if you get the time, how do I know the distance? Of course, you know because time. Basically, this one is your different kind of light, this kind of, and you know the speed of your traveling, your speed of traveling. How 1 second, let's say 1 second, how many cycle they can go through. So you know the wavelength. This is your wavelength, and also you also know the speed. In this case, we can call the circular speed. You also know it's circular speed. Based on the speed. You of course it give you time, give you speed. You can get how many cycles. So it's easy to get how many cycles. Because everyone pose 1 second. 1 second you have 1 cycle. Of course it is ridiculous because just make simplify this one. 1 second is 1 cycle. So when I reach, take this one for example. 1 second is 1 cycle. So I can start to count down. From the emission to the receiving, how long will that take? Suppose there's 30 seconds. Then I know I have 30 complete cycles. 30 as complete cycles. So you need 30 lambda. 30 lambda, 30 complete wavelengths. So the concept is easy. If you have time, if you can keep track of the time from the emission to the keep track. Okay, now comes to the second question. What if I don't have such advanced or high equipment? I don't keep track of time. Or another extreme case is the weather is not good. So in this case, because it's only a millisecond difference. So the weather is not good, or the temperature is not good, or something under some circumstance. There might be a slightly difference. According to the ideal world, wavelengths, you can calculate how many seconds. So there's slight difference. In this case, it cause huge errors as well. So in this case, it might just ditch the timer completely. So you might come to resort to the second approach. So one is you don't have your timer equipped in this machine. So you can't. There is no way you use your stopwatch. You say, okay, turn on, and then it's too fast. There is no way. No human can use your stopwatch to recall this time. No single one. You can't even see the light. There is no way. No human can do this one. So the only things there is timer equipped in this machine. Suppose not, then you have to resort the second approach. I'm going to teach you how to use the second approach. Okay, so and the second one is even you have a timer over here, you can record the time, and even it's very precise. Sometimes it still doesn't work. Why? Because this one, the time travel through the medium. Normally it's air, through the air. If the air is polluted, it's a bit foggy, there are many influences in between. Then you also influence your diffraction, a lot of refraction as well. So in this case, the influence the time, the traveling time. So even this one very precise is still not correct because the time being influenced by the fog and by many other by the temperature, by many other influence of other factors as well. So in this case, you don't trust. Even it's very precise, you still don't trust it because the outside world, the major world environment is not suitable match. It doesn't match with this kind of machine. You don't. Okay, now come to the second machine. Let's continue. Second bit, how to do this measurement. And this one will rely on this one. It's called modulated wave. So you modulate this wave. Means you can choose the wave. Choose the wavelength. You can choose the wavelength. It means you can choose is a second. This kind of wave. I can call it second wave. You can choose a mini wave, like every minute go like this way. Or you can use a hour wave. Every hour go like this way. Okay. Now, based on this one, I give you the explanation. I won't go into the details because there is no detail in this book. But I give you some explanation. How it works. It works just like this clock. Suppose you've been studying civil engineering every day. You spend, let's say, you spend this hour. You get up. I continue. Now I know you have many subjects on your schedule, or maybe they are coming. So you probably you have to divert a little bit of time to other subject as well. Suppose you start to, after lunch, you start to look at civil engineering and keep on looking at civil engineering until, let's say, until you after dinner and you watch TV and then you read a little bit. Okay. So now you might have some idea. In the second approach, you must have some idea about your measurement, about the distance between A and B. It's not blindfolded. It's not blindfolded. There is no way. Okay. The second approach is not blindfolded. You must rely on some basic intuitive and also basic knowledge. But it won't to be very precise. It's just a basic one. So you after dinner, after lunch, you start till now, till the dinner time, something like this. So you pretty much have some rough idea. After lunch, it pretty much is 12 to 1 o'clock. Now lies 12. So pretty much you start from 12 to 1 o'clock. So I don't know, is this guy your class or not? Anyway, just forget this guy for a moment. All right. So you have some basic idea about it start from 12 or something, maybe not 1 o'clock, lunch basically. And after dinner time, basically it's from 6. I know some of you have your dinner at midnight, but most of China, they have a dinner around 6 or 7. B must be between 6 and 7. A must be between 12 and time I studied in civil engineering is pretty much like 8 hours something. 8 hours something. Okay. So I don't even need to know it's 8 hours something. Anyway, I know it's less than 1 day. Because it's 1 day. Because I also it's less than half a day. Less than half a day because you need to do some run errands, take shower or something. So there is no way. You need 8 hours sleep. Doing this, doing that. So there is no way for you to study this subject. Spend too much time. So at most, you can read civil engineering up to half a day. Half a day. Half a day means within 12 hours. Within half a day. Okay. I can listen to what he said because we are. It's half a day. So now you are going to choose some measurement. To do this measurement, how this must be very precise. From A to B must be exactly when I start to, for example, take today, for example, 1 day, for example, I know exactly when I have like my lunch, finish my lunch, and then finish my dinner when I have exactly time of this one. So the time basically, the unit I need is an hour. Right. Is hour. I need this is the close one. I know I like in hour. It's less than a day. Right? Because it's not a day, it's not even when you finish 1 day. It's just today's lunch time till today's dinner time. It's not even a day. But if I change this one, it's like A is some object, B is some subject, is last for 1 week, 2 weeks. So it's like actually you when was last time you do your homework? That will be last week, supposedly. And then till today, for example, today. So in this case, it lasts for a couple of days. So your unit will be day. You won't use hour, you'll use day. Okay, so you must have some rudimentary idea about the distance you are going to measure. Is it going to be day, or is it going to be hour, or is it going to be minute, or is it going to be second? You must have some rough idea first. Okay. Second question: How is this one related to this one? Suppose I want to measure the distance between A and B. I must have some idea about the distance between A and B. For example, I must have an idea like it's over 1,000 kilometers. I just take this one for example. We take this one for example. It's over 1,000 kilometers, or this is between 200 meters and let's say as or 10 kilometers, or maybe it's 5 centimeters. So I must have some rough idea about roughly the distance I'm going to measure is roughly is how long A and B, or the distance between A and B. How long is what's the length of this distance? Okay. Suppose I'm going to the target I'm going to measure is 1,000 kilometers. 1,000 kilometers. Maybe it's even longer than 1,000 because you measure the universe between the two planets. So in this case, you will use the light year. You are going to measure the two objects, two planets. One is in this in this solar planet, solar universe. The other one is far away from the our galaxy. That might be another galaxy. All right. So in this case, that will be light year. You got to use a light year. Of course, this is a very extreme case. Normally, civil engineering don't care about the distance between two planets. Unless you are planning going to moving immigrant to Mars. Otherwise, this won't be an engineering problem. But maybe someday there will be engineering problem as well. Okay, so light year. In this case, you want to measure and in this case, are you the light year? How many light year for this case? Suppose your A and B is not that far, not two planets, just one highway, super highway. You're going to construct one bridge. That will be bridging two cities, A city and B city. Roughly, the city is about 10 kilometers far away from each other. In this case, you choose some unit is kilometers. Okay, it is some unit kilometers. You use a unit. So basically, this is a unit. You use a light year, just like a hand, second, minute, and hour. Okay, suppose A is even shorter, not that far. A is just you try to build some overhead bridge, a suspension bridge. Okay, you are trying to build some suspension bridge, and that will be from A village. This will cause some mountain. They will link two mountains. So this is the peak of the mountain, the summit of another mountain. So I use a suspension bridge. Okay, this suspension bridge basically is the distance between A and B. Basically is between 200 and 300 meters long. So you have some idea. It's 200 and 300 meters long in between. So a unit is meter. Of course, so on and so forth. Suppose this is just A, just you want to measure something A and B is in centimeter. In my micro things, one distance between two bacteria, A bacteria and B bacteria. So these are the millimeters. Probably bacteria in millimeter, probably too huge. I don't know. Even something even smaller. Maybe it's 10 raised to power minus 10, minus 6. I think. For the millimeters. This one might be used to measure the distance between two bacteria. Of course, you can use some electronic microscope to tell the difference between the distance. All right, so this might be the unit might be this one. There might be a name for this one, this unit. But anyway, this is a unit. So what I try to say is that you must have some rough idea about the thing you are going to measure. So you are going to measure A and B, must have some measure. Let's take some practical one. Let's not look at light year. It's too far away from our real world. Let's take some example. Super highway is 10 kilometers something, right? So it'll be like hour. Study for this hour. So you start to measure A to B. Okay, so based on 1 kilometer, so you start to measure 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. In this case, you can think you are using the tape. For the moment, you can think you are using the tape. 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer. So keep on going until here. So in total is 12 kilometers. Is suppose is 12 kilometers up to this point. Is 12 kilometers because you measure it 12 times. This is just a roughly idea, but if you really do the measurement, you find out is 12 kilometers here. Okay, now comes to the second question. Am I going to build a bridge from here to here spot like exact 12 kilometers? No. Because if you don't reach B, it's not going to connect to B. Maybe it's between it's a lake, it's in the mid of the sea or something, in the mid of the mountain. You won't build something over here, and then how about the other distance? Are you going to jump? Or what? There is no way. So you have to finish this bit. But it comes to the second question. This bit is less than 1 kilometer. Otherwise, I can read it, but it's less than 1 kilometer. So I can't read this one. Imagine 1 kilometer. I can't read it. But there is no scale in between. I can't read it. What am I going to do? Come to the second level. You choose the second level is a meter. This is a kilometer. Now you choose the second one is called meter. Okay. So this kilometer is your wave. You choose roughly choose this one, hour wave. To locate is you study 8 hours something. To measure this hour first. And then, of course, this one, when you have a plate over here, I say you can only read the residue, right? You can read only residue. So when you have a residue over here, residue over here, they won't complete. They won't complete the whole bit. They won't complete the whole bit. So when they reach here, when they reach, this haven't finished yet. This haven't finished yet. Since this haven't finished yet, you can easily calculate the residue of this bit. Suppose the residue of this bit is 0.89 lambda. Okay, now I have some basic idea. Up to this, I read this one. So it means you bounce back and forth. You read is 0.89. This one, the whole one, this one. But this one is based on what? Based on the hour one. You have 8 hours. 8 hours. I turn around 8 times. I can recall it's 8 hours. Now comes the spatial one. Spatial one comes to the mini one. Use a mini one. Use a mini one. It's a meter one. So this little bit. This relative. You instead of using 1 kilometers, 1 meters tap. 1 meters tap to measure this one. To measure this one. Okay, so you use maybe it's 1 meter, probably even smaller. Otherwise, a bit confused. Smaller, 1 meter. Okay, so you measure this bit. Then it come out. You use this one is 3 meters something. Okay, 3 meters something. You get this one 3 meters something. So it means in this case use a mini one, and the mini one will touch this one. This one, and then the residue turns out this bit. I will tell you this bit, a little knowledge about this bit. Keep on doing. Now the last one, you choose the meter a little bit. There might be a tiny winning, little bit. This bit, you measure this bit just a little bit in centimeters. And if you want to be much more precise, you can the last one you can use millimeters. And keep on going. You can keep on going this one. So by choosing different wavelengths, you have a different kind of wavelengths. By choosing different wavelengths, you will calculate, you will pull out all this information. You get all this information. So eventually you might find out the hour you study is 8 hours, 25 minutes, 34 seconds. For your you finish your lunch, you start to read civil engineering until dinner time, hour and 45 seconds. So this is an idea. This is some idea for this one. So you can see, I want to use read hour wave. Indeed, they are the same. You look at it, this one is the same. The way they work is exactly like this one. So you have an hour wave of this one. And then if you want to have a much more, you use the mini hand, you will become this wave. It's safe. And if you want to read this one is a operation will be even much more precise. Okay, that's pretty well the whole idea. There are some there, but from this one, you pretty much have some idea about second approach. Place the first approach. Idea, if you know, you can get everything. And this case, timer. But the thing is that timer, under some circumstance, timer either is not equipped, or it's broken, or the temperature doesn't allow you to use that one, because it causes some errors. So in this case, you reserve to second one. Instead of use a timer to catch and time, you use the to use depends on wavelengths. Here to use different wavelengths, and this wavelengths will to some degree depends on the wavelengths you can send out. Now this kind of wavelengths, our wavelengths, you can only give you is 8 hours or something, but I have no idea about 8 hours how much inaccurate. Keep on going. If you have a much more modulated wave when sent out, you get much more accurate solution you need. The solution. Okay, that's the basic idea. For the detail, if you are interested, you can do your research, your essay on this. Is interesting. You can, of course, I don't give you some very basic idea how it works. By theoretical one, how it works is you can easily visualize how it works, and you can, if you are interested in taking this one as an essay, you got to do some job by yourself as well, to check online, and also you can hardly find the information so comprehensive. I give you a proper explanation, but you have to do your best. YouTube or any other video or any other materials on Google or something you can get hold of. Try to figure out how it works. Some idea already, but to give it a whole complete picture, you still need to find out exactly how it works, and exactly how they send out this one, and blah blah blah, many details to be filled in. Okay, hopefully some of you are interested in this one. You can take as your essay as well. So this is basically how you use EDM to get the distance, the measure of distance. So last time, if you have some idea, last time you know under which circumstance the data is reliable, but under which circumstance you have to correct the data, you have to give you a proper adjustment or correction. Okay, this bit is this way. Of course, we can roughly go in through our this bit. Roughly, we won't go on more than the author does. He didn't explain too much. He just like I say, draw a picture and then try to figure out by yourself. No one is going to figure out by itself. You need to proper explanation. Okay, let's take I think it's past time again. Let's take let's say 5 minutes. Huh? It's not taking 5 minutes. I already finished of this lecture. So it's 3 section. Okay, so that's pretty much today's lecture, and we'll continue tomorrow night. And tomorrow night we probably will go to we will go straight to all these detail. If you can figure out, it's fine. But we are not really interested in this bit. Once you know the idea, because it doesn't give a proper explanation. So when you read it, it's still idea about. You can try to see whether you can understand or not. If you can understand, you can write it properly. At least for me, it's not properly explained fully. Some points still need to figure out by yourself. All right. So let's call it a day, and we pretty much passed the time. And as a homework, we pretty much focus on the theory about doing this bit, Okay. So simple one. Simple one. So first draw this picture. And draw this picture in instead of drawing this wave on this side, try to draw them over this side. So you have to put a wave, make it just a continuous wave. Try to think about how to draw it over this side, because it's a much more natural one. This one is easy to read, but it's not the correct one. The correct one is the light being emitted then bounce back. So suppose this wave supposed to be here. So draw a picture. Only this side, but you have to this wave also have to come back. So this wave must be drawn over here precisely. To precisely draw this picture over here. Think about how to do it. So draw this. So suppose this is your 0 to 1. When you draw back, it back, and suppose you treat this one 0 to 1, 0 to 1 comes back again. 0 to 1. This is your y. This is why we call amplitude of your this really how to do it. You try your best, but you still no idea how to. Then this also can be your aid to add more, but just I can start from here. And if you have no idea, just draw this picture. Try to draw this picture. Okay. So now give you the information. 2 questions, 1 question. And in total, emit the light, and it bounce back. Reach here, it means I bounce back. And the emitting time until the receiving time, suppose is 0. Maybe not. Maybe it's I don't know, 0. Okay, suppose try to, if this is change it by yourself, you can change it. You can change it to 0.001, or maybe make it reasonable. You're not going to measure the universe. Make it sensible. Okay, so suppose it is okay. And you use the infrared light. Infrared light. Use infrared light. Okay, I think this information is enough. But you have to do everything by yourself. This can be your essay as well. If you do it properly, this can because you have to check the wavelength of infrared light. I don't give you to check online by yourself. By Google or something, check the wavelength. You have a wavelength. You have a millisecond. How many seconds you been traveling back and forth? Then you can get an idea about AB. Find AB. I think this is a hard question, but it's just you need to check all the online information. What's the wavelength of infrared light, and what's the relation between the second and the infrared? So this find out AB. Don't forget our purpose is to find out AB. We are not interested in wave or not wave. We are only interested in the distance between AB. And the unit depends on this one wavelength. If this wavelength is in minute, this AB is measured in minute. Depends on this one. You use the same unit. Okay. Question 1. Question 2. question you don't have a timer. You don't have a timer. But question probably is easier. But you use hour hand, second hand modulated wave. You find out. In total is 10 cycles. Anyway, 10 wavelengths. 10.2 wavelengths. Again, it's in infrared light, and then calculate this. So this is a measurement. You based on the hour, mini, and the hand, and then you get this. In this a little bit complex. 2.2. This one sounds quite easy, but to be practical, it's not that easy. It still needs some other things to get this one. But anyway, suppose you already get 10.2. This one, lambda. So, and then find out AB. Lambda is the wavelength of infrared light. So these two are only this is you already measure this one. I'll give the information to you is 10.2 AB. So also find out AB. Okay, briefly, because we run out of time over time already. So let's briefly talk about this clear X me tomorrow, because you still have tomorrow, right? So the question is clear. I think it's clear, but you can ask the other people, or you can ask me to question what. Suppose your infrared light. The visual light is infrared. In the infrared light, you record the time. The time in total and the bounce back. Of course, in total, this one. In the total time is 0.0001 second. Then, this is the only information I give to you. Other information you got to check online by yourself, including the wavelengths of infrared light, and then based on all the information you get, calculate distance between A and B. This is basically the I think that's probably the typical one for the EDM machine. Second one, they are independent. Different approach. Approach one use a timer. Suppose this is not reliable. The temperature is not good. This is not reliable. You can't rely on this one. Use the second one. Use the different related. All this is 10.2 lambda. Then find out this one, AB. This is easy one. This will divide this one by 2. Is AB, and then find out the red light of lambda. Then you get AB. So this is one already pretty much done already. So find out these two questions. Okay, this is your homework. Try to finish one before tomorrow. If you have any question, raise your question tomorrow. Okay, I think it's hugely seriously delay our class. Tomorrow I try to make up a little time for you. Okay. All right. You can't see anything. Maybe some of you can still see anything. So let's call it a day. Okay. And if you cannot see something, please watch our replay by Hafiz. I'm going to teach another lecture for another class. So you have to call it a day now, because another class is going to begin in 5 minutes. Okay. Let's call it a day. And remember, tomorrow 6:30. And okay. Bye bye.